Welcome to the Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon. I am your host, Captain Matt, and today we're talking about 5 types of boat buyers that you'll run into out there. And which one are you? Because I've got some advice for each of these 5 types. So let's start with number 1. Number 1 is the guy that just jumps in when he sees the shiny boat with the cool stuff on it, like this Sea Breacher. If you watch my 10 cool boating inventions, this is one of the top ones in that video. But this guy jumps out, sees a boat that looks awesome, super cool, and buys it on the spot without thinking about how is he going to actually use the boat? Where is he going to keep it? Does it fit into his budget? Where is he going to store it? Will the other people in his family or the other boaters enjoy it if that's part of the equation? But I see it happen. This often happens at boat shows where, you're looking at boats and you just see something that's awesome and you get caught up in the moment and you make the decision and you buy it without really thinking about, is this going to actually accomplish what we want to accomplish in our boating lifestyle? And what happens is that next year they have to trade it in or they get out of boating completely because it wasn't as fun as they thought it would be, and they take a big financial hit in those cases. One way to avoid that is to check out the free resources we have here. The over almost 200 videos that have almost 2 million views we're getting close to 14,000 subscribers, the Boat Buyer's Toolkit and the calculator, and the free 7-day pass to the U.S. Boat Expo. All free resources that can help that guy right there. The next is, I call him the engineer. This is the guy that walks in, he's got a paper and pen, a clipboard, a notepad, and is taking notes on everything, getting into what's the mills on the gel coat, what's the mills on the upholstery, getting into every crack and crevice, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. What you want to be careful if you're this engineer, if you're this detailed type person, is to remember the big picture. What's the big picture of the boating lifestyle that you're going after, so that you can make sure that you're diving into the right details? Hey, if budget's a concern, you may have to give up a little bit on, the perfect engineering to get the boat that's going to suit your lifestyle. What can happen is you get so caught up that you turn into our last one that we'll talk about here and in just a little bit. So let's look at the next one. The next one, and I can be guilty of this, I am a big deal seeker. If I see a deal, I am all about it. And this is the guy that wants to buy the best deal, the cheapest boat that they can find. And again, not thinking about the lifestyle, not thinking about maybe there's some issues with this boat. Maybe there's a reason this is such a good deal. Maybe there's something else that I'm overlooking here. And that's where the toolkit can really come in handy. And just remembering, focusing on that lifestyle and making sure that even though this is a great deal, is this going to suit our lifestyle? It's the same thing with the shiny boat guy. Hey, it's attracting them like crazy. This thing's awesome. This thing's such a great deal. But does it suit your boating lifestyle? And if you are this person, and this is me, my wife has to reel me in all the time saying, yes, this is a great deal. However, is this going to suit us for the long term? Is this going to make us happy? And by us, she means her. Is this going to make us happy for the long haul? So yes, I want you to get a good deal. That's why I've created the First Time Boat Buyers Academy, to help walk you through this whole thing, and specifically the magic money saving method and the 6 additional negotiation techniques when you're working with a dealer, so that you can get a great deal. But first and foremost is the boat right for you and your boating lifestyle and your budget? Okay. Next is the speed demon. The speed demon, all they care about is, how fast does this boat go? oh, what motor's this got in it? How fast does it go? In the reality for most people boating is the wide open throttle when you pull up from the ECM, the electronic control module on a boat motor, 90% of the time you're going to see that top two bands of the RPM range, which is usually close to the wide open throttle and almost wide open throttle. You're going to find that has maybe a total of an hour on it. So yes, I do like to get out, go wide open throttle, get that baby trimmed up, and just scream down the lake for 30 seconds, a minute. But then you're going to pull back the throttle, and most of your boating is going to be at an easy cruising speed. So all too often, some people get caught up in the how fast is the boat versus how is this boat going to work for the way we boat 80% of the time. Are we going to do water sports? You don't necessarily need speed to do the water sports. You need the ability to pull them out of the water quickly. If you're just doing some cruising, hey, that top end speed isn't that important. And also, getting the fast boat a lot of times doesn't match up with the boating lifestyle. So if you've got that need for speed, I don't have it. My brother's got it, and his boat does 60 miles an hour, almost 65, which is screaming on the water. It's not this pontoon. The record was, I think it wasn't this guy, but at the Ozark Shootout where I got this picture from, the Lake of the Ozarks Shootout, which is, if you're on the Ozarks, it is an awesome event. All the boats line up. It's a ton of fun. You go check that out, but especially if you've got the need for speed. But it is getting the boat that suits your lifestyle, and if speed's a part of that, consider it, but don't focus 100% on that motor, because the other aspects of the boat are as important, okay? The next is the guy that's just all about the gadgets and the electronics. They just get enamored with all of the latest and greatest stuff. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, one of the mistakes that I believe people make is they buy the first generation of a new technology. In boating, because the numbers are so small of the boats produced, 300,000 new boats were produced in 2020. 300,000. Compare that to 16.4 million light cars and trucks. I mean, the difference is tremendous. And when they come out with the new technology in boating, there may only be 20, 100 of these built and in production in that first year. And those are the people that are working out the kinks. Those are the boats that are going back for warranty and dealing with the manufacturer. Now, not all the time. Some technology, everything's perfect. But most of the time on new technology, I remember the dealership I worked for had the very first Axios Mercruiser drive system that was ever built in production. It's the boat that they tested it on for the manufacturer I was selling for, and that boat came back multiple times because guess what? That technology the kinks weren't worked out yet, and this customer bought a almost $400,000 boat and had to be the one to deal with all of that, going back to the factory, having a factory tech come in on his boat to diagnose some of the issues that were out there. So if you're a tech guy, if you're the electronics guy, if you're the gadget guy, make sure that you're getting a proven gadget, a proven technology, and make sure you test that thing out. Make sure the salespeople that you're working with know exactly what's going on. Make sure that the dealer, it's typically going to be a new boat buyer, but the dealer is going to be there to support you. They've got an outstanding relationship with the manufacturer, and that manufacturer is stable, reliable, and going to be there over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years as you have things come up, bugs, glitches, malfunctions with this technology. So for this person, get what you want and research it, but also dive deep into the relationship and who's going to support you when all is said and done. Next, we have, this is the Perpetual Shopper. This can be the engineer. The engineer can often be this guy, but this is also the guy that just can't make the decision and says, I can't justify buying a boat, the price of a boat, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million. I just can't justify for something that I'm going to use 4 months out of the year, 6 months out of the year, 20 times a year, whatever that number is. Listen, if you are financially capable of buying the boat and it's not going to put you in dire straits, and you think boating could be a value to your lifestyle, the relaxation, relationships with the family, getting out into nature, just the mental health of it all, the fun, the exercise, the memories. If you've got kids, not much better way to spend the time. Make sure you follow everything that you find on this channel. There's almost 200 videos to help make sure you don't make a mistake. That's usually the biggest concern of this person is, I don't want to make a mistake financially. I don't want to be ridiculed by my friends that say, that's dumb. There's only 4 months in the boating season in Nebraska, where I grew up and boated from the time I was 5 years old to now. It doesn't make any sense. We're in Canada. Man, our barely can get out on Memorial Day, and we got to start thinking winterization on Labor Day. Here's the thing. Get involved in boating if it fits financially. Follow the advice at the U.S. Boat Expo. There's a free 7-day pass. Over 20 industry experts will give you advice. The Boat Buyer's Toolkit is designed to help make sure you don't make a mistake. The calculator, the cost of ownership calculator, helps you ensure that you know you're making a smart financial decision because you know all of the aspects and how it fits in. If you really are concerned, you can attend the First Time Boat Buyers Academy at usboatexpo.com/academy, which is a paid program to really help make sure you find the right boat at the best price and you can buy it with 100% confidence. If you're this person, you've got to get over the financial. You're never going to be able to buy a boat based on it's a good financial investment, because it's not a financial investment. It's an investment in your family, in your relationship, in your hobbies, in your free time. Listen, even sitting on the couch watching Netflix costs money. You got to buy the couch. You've got to pay for $100 a month for your internet, your Netflix account, your Hulu, your cable, whatever it is. Nothing is free, but there's not a whole lot better than getting out on a boat. So do your due diligence. Make sure that you find the right boat. Make sure that you negotiate to the best of your ability to get the lowest possible price on that boat, and then make the decision. Pull the trigger and just do it. I had a client of mine, almost a client of mine, that for 4 years, him and his family came in. Finally, I said, his name was Matt. I said, listen, Matt, your son is going to be off to college in 2 years. And once he's off to college in 2 years, the time that you're going to have to spend with him goes from every single day to who knows how often you're going to see him. Your daughter's not very far behind. Do you want to buy the boat or not? Is it important? Are you serious about getting a boat? I am. Got a deposit on a boat. He was an accountant, kind of the engineer, that analytical person. Deposit on the boat. The wife loved it. The kids loved it. Easily fit into their budget. They were paying cash. It wasn't a financial thing. And they backed out of that transaction, and they never got into boating. And they missed it. It felt like a failure to me because they missed out on the fun and enjoyment. So if that's you, just make the decision, make sure all those other pieces are in place, and you'll do great, and you'll be happy with the decision. Subscribe to the channel if you like these videos. Leave a comment if you've got a question or thoughts. And YouTube's recommended a couple videos. And remember, life truly is better on a boat.